Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations, as always, to sincere Akim, Wa Akwath, listening, learning, keeping the faith and diligence of our Lord Yahweh Shai. So, this is a lesson I want to get into, and this is from Big Ward, the genius, right? And I was checking this out yesterday, came up on the feed, and it sparked me in the spirit, just listening to Jake, just going on about how he don't believe in nothing no more. Like, is the sky real? Like, what is this? Talking about life. And, it just sparked me in the spirit, like, man, Jake is through. Like, this captivity has completely destroyed our people. And it's even worse because our people really bought into this system, really bought into the whole idea of the American dream. And if you go to college and get a degree and build yourself up and get yourself into debt, then you can get ahead, not understanding that we wasn't sent here to make it, We wasn't sent here to have a American dream or, to have a continuous city here. No, we was sent here to be punished. We didn't come on cruise ships over here. Understand? We ain't come on private jets with tons of money in our back pocket. Nah, man, we ain't come here like that. All right? We came here as captives. So over the years, Jake has bought into this whole American dream, and this is where you're supposed to put all your effort and hope and trust into. But now that we at the end of the world and at the end of America Babylon the Great, Jake is upset. Jake is confused. Jake is like, all of this work that I done put in, all this hustling that I done did, what was it all for? And you coming to find out that it was all for nothing because you put your trust in the wrong entity. All right, you should have put your trust in Yahweh Bashmel Shai. All right, you should, what I'm saying? This is the time where you should be laboring for the kingdom. Storing up heavenly riches so that when that time come, you'll be good, you'll be set. Because sowing and trying to reap in this place is vanity. All right. This world is temporal, man. We have a greater glory to come. This going to be for eternity. So this is what Jake don't understand. And this is ultimately why majority of our people are destroyed in the mind. You see, they don't understand, what's going on. All right. But you're going to see in this video, man, Jake is just without hope, just in giving up. As you see the title, ain't nothing and ain't nobody real. All right, this is the frustration that Jake is going through. And look, trust me, I get it, because we all at one point believed in the American dream. But see, once we woke up to the, once we came into the glorious light, when Yahweh Bashmel Shah called us out of the world and to see a greater vision, this world became we became disillusioned with this world, because now understanding prophecy and understanding the Lord's will, we see that this world has nothing to offer us, really, nothing to offer nobody, because these devils soon come. Money is about to change. The way that you live your life is about to change. All them degrees and all of what you got, that ain't about to mean a damn thing. Really, it don't mean a damn thing right now. Because you got people that's highly qualified, masters, bachelors, PhD, can't even get a job, can't even work at McDonald's. So you didn't put all that time and effort into these things for what? All for it to be of no use to you at the end. See, this is what Jay got to learn the hard way, man. But yeah, we're gonna check out this. We'll jump around to a few points, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today is still Sunday, July 27th, 2025, back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I'm just leaving out of the gym. Did my weight training and did some cardio. Trying to, as you know, I've told you, trying to drop about 30 pounds. Trying to do what I can to live some of the life that I had dreamed and envisioned for myself. Some of the things that I wanted to accomplish, things that I'm still in control of. There's a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish, and a lot of y'all wanted to accomplish in life. Now I'm realizing I'm not in control of that. I thought I was. Somebody told us that we are in control of our own destiny. Remember that? Remember being told that?
Yeah, and we was all told that, but that's the falsehood of this world, man. And really, Esau, the so-called white man, pushed that on us because he wants to be in control of his own destiny. Because his ultimate fate is what? To be a slave for 1,000 years, hardcore captivity, and after that, he's gonna be eradicated out of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So Esau is a delusional devil. All right, he has this thing of where, oh yeah, well, I'm in control of my own destiny, but the scriptures say, that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Matter of fact, we can get that in Daniel. All right, decree. Yeah, let's go. I think that's Daniel. Daniel 4:17. Real quick, Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So you see, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai rules in the kingdom of men. See, it's the Lord's will that's going to be done, not your own. All right, because just like he said, we all had things in which we wanted to do in this world, like, oh yeah, well, by this age I'm gonna have this and that, and by this time I'm gonna have X, Y, Z, and the time come and you ain't, you may have got some of that, but you don't realize it all. And the Most High, the way that the Lord works is, the Lord, because that's ultimately a very prideful thing. You know what I'm saying? To say that you're gonna do this and that. That's why we say, Lord willing, we'll be able to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord will throw banana peels and wrenches in your path, so that you fall off, man. You know what I'm saying? To make you realize that you ain't in control. And the same thing is the Jake in the video. He's like, now I see that I'm not in control. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Revelation 17 real quick, all right, another example. Revelation 17, and this is dealing with the beast, the 7 heads and the 10 horns. So it's Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Okay, the whore is America, Babylon the Great. The 10 horns are NATO and the EU. All right, combined, these nations make up the beast. Okay, the new Western Roman Empire come back today. All right, the revival of Rome. It shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn it with fire. All right, so the 10 horns, and basically what it's saying here is that there's going to be infighting, inside the beast. Okay, the 10 horns are going to pretty much go to war against America. All right, NATO and the EU are going to go to war against America, and they're going to shoot thermonuclear ICBM missiles over here, and this place is going to be burnt up with fire. Okay, this is where the lake of fire is going to be at. But this is the point here in 17. For Yahweh hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai shall be fulfilled. You see that? So as we read in Daniel 4 and 17, all right, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Then when you read here in 17, it says, for Yahweh hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will. All right. So nobody on the earth is doing their own will. All right. Whatever lot that you're in these last days, wicked or righteous, that's your particular lot, and the Lord wants you to fulfill that. Because you see, in this whole experience of life, this is like a movie, man. Like this is why we're going by a script. Okay, scripture, right? These things have already been prescribed. They've already been written. We just living through it. All right. So the people that's on this earth at this time, everybody that's on this earth is set up to fulfill a particular lot. Okay, and it's all to fulfill the Lord's will. All right. So that's why Big Ward right here, he's like, damn, like it's and check it out. He's not the only one. All right, this is pretty much everybody right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the more that the world begins to pass away and get worse and worse, people, they're like, this shit is starting to hit people. Like, man, this isn't what I thought that it was going to be. Like life is not life no more. You see, but you don't even understand the Lord is taking this world away. He's destroying this place, and the kingdom of heaven is to come. But let's continue.
You remember being told that work hard, hard work pays off. If you want something in life, I've even repeated it myself. Put in the work, do what you're supposed to do, and you can have it. Remember that? And then I look around, I see people that's doing exactly what we were told, including myself, and it's not happening. And then I see people that are not doing what they were told, and they're doing better than the people that were doing what they were told. I'm an example. I'm on here making money, making a video on YouTube. But the thing that I was told I needed to do to make money, I can't, which is to work hard on my job, at your work, at your skill. You went to school. You learn how to do something. You learn the trade. You learn the skill. You got an education. You got a degree. And that's supposed to pay it off in the long run, and you ain't making shit. And you turn on this son bitch here. I'm included, but I'm not making a whole lot. But the fact that I'm making anything is my point. No, I'm not rich on here right now. Maybe one day I will be, but right now I am making some money. Some money. The fact that I'm able to make $5 is my point. It don't matter how much I'm making. The fact that I can make $5 sitting here talking on my phone. But I can't go to work and make a damn thing. All that effort I done put into it, because I was told if I do that, you know the story. You know what you were told. So now I'm in here. Now this is something I can do that nobody else is in control of. Not that I know of right now. Nobody else is in control of this but me. Hopefully, keeping my health up by exercising. Try to lose some weight. Try to eat a little bit better. I was told that'll help me stay healthy. If that's true, the title and the topic of this video. Nothing, it seems, is real. Everything fake, everything a lie. All that we were taught, all that we were believing is a damn lie. So how do I know for real that if I go in here and walk my ass off, lift all them damn weights, eat all that damn broccoli and spinach and all that other baked chicken with no seasoning on it, will I really be healthy? That what
So you see, Jake is in a conundrum, man. Jake is like, yo, is any of this real? Like, Jake is at the point where he don't know what to believe. He don't know if going to the gym is really beneficial. All those, the scriptures say that bodily exercise profit little, you know. But yeah, Jake is just like, man, I don't even know if that's the truth. You see, and the reason why this is so profound in these last days is because a liar, okay, because the devil rules over the planet Earth, and he has deceived the whole entire planet Earth, man, to where people now, they're so bugged out in their minds, they don't, and especially because they don't have the spirit of discernment to be able to rightfully differentiate the truth from the lies, okay? A lot of these people, majority of people are reprobates, man, right? They're void of righteous judgment. So when things start to happen, they don't understand why it's happening. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to them. Because like he said, I'm doing everything right. They told me go to school. They told me get a trade. They told me get a job. And I did all of that. And I work hard. And it still ain't paying off. All right? Well, that's the devil for you. Let's hit Revelation 12 real quick. All right? Because you have to understand that the ruler of this earth, he is the one responsible for making your life a living hell, right? He's the one that lied to you and deceived you to believe in this system, to believe in these false dreams and false hopes. All right, this is Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. This is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, being cast out of his rule. Okay? And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God, and the power of Hamashiach, for the accuser of the brethren, okay, which is Esau, all right, is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. You see that? So this devil, all right, this serpent-like man deceived the whole world, man. Okay, he done applied pseudo terms. He done called the Israelites blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. He done called himself white when in fact he's red. All right, they done call the Chinese, Chinese or Asian when that's they're Moabites, Ammonites. You know what I'm saying? In different tribes within that. All right, so this man has completely caused all types of confusion, man, to where nobody knows who they really are. You know what I'm saying? The whole world is deceived. And that's because of this devil, because he's had the power to control the output of information, you know what I'm saying, to tell you what's right. And if you ain't agree, then he had the power to bomb you, or he had the power to come in your nation and invade you and set up a coup and take you over and set up a puppet leader. You know what I'm saying? That's the power that the devil has at this time, man, because this is his world. You see? But look at the toll that it's had on the minds of the people. People are so destroyed in the mind to where you got men calling themselves women. You got women calling themselves men. You got women with a masculine spirit on them, and you got men with a very effeminate spirit on them. All right, you got transformers out here. You got all manner of confusion in this world, man. It's all because of the devil. All right, he's the one that told you that these things were okay. He's the one that lied to you. And see, what Jake is now coming to the realization is that, damn, I've been lied to my whole life. Well, who lied to you? We gonna play on some more, but he goes on to say some things that's like, wow, Jake is really getting deep. All right, but that's the reason why. Okay, that's the reason why nothing that you've put your hand forth to do in this world has worked out for you, Jake, because you trusted in the wrong power. All right. Then when you go to Let's go to Isaiah 19, okay? Because you see that the spirit of Egypt is failing, man. These people, we're in a time of I think like there was a report that came out the other day that said that the mental health of Americans is at the lowest that it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? So that alone should tell you right there that something ain't right. Okay, this is Isaiah 19:3, and it says, "The spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof." So now these people have no more joy. They don't have nothing to really hope in or look forward to because everything around them is dying. And that's the Lord taking the spirit out of this place. And that goes the same thing when you read Isaiah, the 24th chapter. "And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards." See, now that everything is going to shit, people are now looking to ancestor worship. Now they looking to charmers, and they trying to get, tarot card readings, and they trying to go see the psychic around the corner, getting into crystals and witchcraft. It's all kind of madness going on because people want answers. All right, but the ones that really got the answers, which are the prophets, the men of the Lord, they not receiving that. Though ultimately, because we get it, it's not for everyone to receive. It's only for the elect. All right, but this is what you have going on in the midst of Egypt. All right, Babylon the Great. All right. So yeah, Jake is through, and see, he's a one-off example of society at large. All right, this is the average thought process now of your average Babylonian. Let's continue.
I was told. But what about all the other stuff we were told? That was a lie. What's true? I'm asking y'all. I don't ever know. Is that sky really blue? Are those clouds really white? Well, off gray looking. What's true? No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be deep here. I'm not trying to make you think. I really want to effing know. Because each day that I live now, the more that I live, the more I'm discovering and realizing and figuring out damn near everything I was told, if not everything I was told, is a damn lie. Is the earth really round? Is that some bitch flat? We debating on shit like that. And once upon a time, I would have said, the people that are running around here saying the earth is flat are crazy. I was in that crowd. I was told the earth is round. Even was showing a globe, showing some pictures supposedly from outer space. I was shown some pictures. You can go look them up now on here and in books or whatever. Supposedly pictures of the earth showing that it's round.
And again, that's the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go into them NASA photos, a lot of them photos are CGI. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. Just like how these devils said, and he gonna say it, but just like how these devils said that they went to the moon back in, what was that, 1969, right? And they haven't been back since. You see? And then, matter of fact, they came out with a movie, I want to say earlier this year, about how the moon landing was a big hoax, how it was fake. So these devils, they done told you, sold you all these lies, and then they come out with a movie and basically tell you that it was all fake, that we never went to the moon. You know what I'm saying? So now they done went to the moon in 1969. You ain't been back in 50-something years. How does that make sense? Should you, if you went back to the moon in 1969, you should have a damn colony on the moon by now. Like you know, you should have a Starbucks, you know, a goddamn Whole Foods on the moon by now, man. But you ain't got none of that. These devils ain't been back since. So you have to understand. That's why we try to tell our people, man. You have to understand who you're dealing with. All right. The so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Everything that he does is done in deception. Okay. You can just look at what DJT doing with the whole Genius Act and all this big beautiful bill. He trying to put it out there like, oh, it's a good thing. It's going to benefit you. But inside of these documents that he's forging, it's nothing but mischief and wickedness. You see, people said MAGA, yeah, we gonna make America great again or make America white again, whatever. You know, pretty much same thing. But look at what's happening now. Now he's even turning on you. And just like we was reading in Isaiah 19, you know, it says that the Egyptians shall I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. All right. So Jake is real messed up in the head, man. Like Jake don't know what. Jake is like, is the sky real? Are the clouds real? Am I real? Let's continue.
I was told that man has been going to space. We got a space center up there, and they go up there, and the Russians and everybody, they go up there and live happily ever after and come on back home. And I believe all that. I still believe it. But now I'm starting to question my own beliefs and what I was told. Because now I'm seeing that a lot of what we were told by people that we trusted, finding out, no, we can't trust them.
Bingo, Jake. He finally realized it. Well, check this out. This is Ecclesiasticus with Sirach chapter 2. And we'll get verse 10. And it says, matter of fact, no, it's a lot here. Yeah, let's start at verse 7. It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him. Have faith in the Lord. Believe in the prophecies. Believe in his promises. Okay? Believe that he is. Right? And your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? You see, so all, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures tell us that everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning. So we can look to the account of Noah, you know what I'm saying? We can look to the account of Joseph in Egypt, you know what I'm saying? We can look to the account of Daniel in the lion's den, okay? Of Yahushua having to bear his cross, you know what I'm saying? All these things we can look to, and we can get a spiritual lesson out of it, man. All right? But the scriptures say, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Right? You go into the word confounded, right? Check this out. Confounded, used for emphasis, especially to express anger or annoyance, right? And the Jake in that video, you know, he's angry and he's annoyed because he's trying to make sense of what his life is really all about. Like, what does his life come to? You know? And it's just not clicking because the world don't have no answers. All right? Your Christian pastor do not have an answer as to why the world is the way it is. You see? But those of us that trust and fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, okay, which are the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, we know what's going on. You see? We have comfort through the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? We have stability. And that's the Spirit. Let's go to Isaiah 33. You know? Because the wisdom and knowledge that we have is making us stable in this time while everybody else is bugged out and crashing out. You see? Isaiah 33 and verse 5, the Lord is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. See? In strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So look, man, if you don't fear the Lord, if you're not seeking Yahweh Bashmi Shai, you ain't gonna have no stability in these times. You see? But what we have learned and you know, come to, you know, build ourselves up in this truth, you know, it is now paying off because now we're stable. We're not asking questions like Big Ward. You know, we ain't out here questioning like, oh, what is life? You know what I'm saying? Like, we not wondering what's gonna happen, you know, 6 months from now, or, you know, 5 years. Like, listen, we already know this place gonna be destroyed. So we hiding ourselves in a strong name that is Yahweh Bashmi Shai. You know what I'm saying? Just like how the scriptures say that a prudent man foresee the evil and hideth himself, right? Big Ward, he not hiding himself in the strong tower that is Yahweh Bashmi Shai. He's out there, which is why he's going through mental torment. You see? So this should be an example to show you that living a life void of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, it is unprofitable. It's not going to benefit you in the long run. See, sin is pleasurable for a season, but at the end of it, is nothing but bitterness. All right? You don't have no joy and nothing left to look back on. That's why the Lord is taking this society away. So these people will have nothing left to fall on because they trust in this world. They trust in the shadow of Egypt. Let's go to Isaiah 30. Right? Because all those that trust in the shadow of Egypt, they're confounded right now. Isaiah 30 in verse 1, it says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. You see? So our people, 2/3 of our people have trusted in the shadow of Egypt. And look at where they at now. Huh? Look at where they at. Sitting inside your car with a heavenly backdrop. Questioning what is life. You know? Ain't nothing that ain't nobody real. Right? But Yahweh Bashmi Shai is real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That they may add sin to sin, that walk down into Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Alright, that's why you gotta let the scriptures talk, because right now, Big Ward, he's in a state of confusion. Alright? He trusted in Egypt, and now it's becoming his shame. Because he's, you know, now he has realized that the American dream was really all a lie. You know, the things they told me to do, you know, pull yourself up, you know, buy your bootstraps and you know, get a good job and all this, it didn't benefit me at the end of the day. Right? And when it's all said and done, because the job market is pretty much cooked, a lot of people about to be out of work. I mean, a lot of people already are out of work, but it's going to get even worse. You know what I'm saying? Once these tariffs kick in, I think they said come August 1st. Lord willing, I can do a lesson on that. You know, August 1st, you know, things are going to start hitting, man. You know, so once these tariffs start hitting and these companies start trying to protect their bottom line more, and more people start getting laid off, and, you know, incentives are put on these companies to lay off, it ain't going to be no more work for Egypt, man. Right, this place is going to be a dry read.
So, I was once in the crowd of people that's saying the folks that's saying the earth is flat, them folks crazy. But are they really? I was in the crowd of people that's saying there's people that's talking about there's a wall in the Antarctic or whatever the hell it is that we're not allowed to go. You can't take a vacation there. You can't take a trip there. I don't care how much money you got. If you don't have clearance, there's places on this planet. This planet don't belong to no man. But there's places on this planet that man tell you can't go. I understand if it's your home. your house. Nobody's allowed in your home without your permission. No, that ain't what I'm saying. There's places on this planet, land masses, the Antarctic, you can't go.
And why is that? Because the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. And that shows you right there. That's a perfect example to show you right there that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he's in control over the earth, because he's the one that can tell you, oh, you can't come over here. Oh, you can't go to Antarctica. You can't go to wherever. All right? If he don't want you to go somewhere, your ass can't go. No other nation has that type of power to stop you from doing that, man. All right? So Esau, he's the one that's running the earth, man. This is his rule right now. All right?
Like it belongs to somebody else that got the authority to tell you can't go somewhere on God's earth that he created for all of us. But somebody telling you can't go there. Why not? Oh, it's dangerous. We doing it for your own good. But you there. They telling us we can't go to the Antarctic because it's dangerous. Oh, it will mess up the ecosystem. If that's the case, should nobody go there? But we know that there are some people that can go there, just not everybody. If it's really true that going to the Antarctic will mess up the ecosystem, or too dangerous for humans to go there, why are there humans there? There's still some people that go there. I just can't go. You just can't go, no matter how much money you got, unless you got special clearance. That's a lie. Another lie they done told us. Why they lying? Why can't we know the truth? Like on the movie say, you can't handle the truth. Can we handle the truth? Whatever that may be. I don't know what the truth is no more, but I do know I've been lied to.
And see, majority of people can't handle the truth, man, because you got the men of the Lord, the prophets out here, day in and day out proclaiming the truth, and the people can't receive it. So indeed, he is right. The people cannot handle the truth, man. All right. Matter of fact, they don't want to hear the truth. All right. Just like with this whole Epstein list. Okay. So what if that list comes out and certain people's names are on there? What's the new revelation behind that now? What, that the white man's the devil? We already knew that. We've been telling you that, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you find out that, you know, let's just say that the earth is flat tomorrow. Okay. How is that going to change your life, Jake? How is that going to bring you salvation? So there's just a lot of folly that's out here that our people are involved in. That you know, ultimately 2/3 of our people, they not set up to receive the truth on this side, man. They just not set up to receive it, and that's a hard pill to swallow for some people. But it is what it is. You know, when you in the spirit, these things become plain to you. We're gonna play a little bit more, then we'll close out.
I don't know what the truth is. I can't tell you what the truth is. Is the earth flat? I don't fucking know. Is it round? I don't know. We see pictures, supposedly, of Neil Armstrong in the 60s going to the moon, walking around on the moon, when technology was nowhere near what it is now. If they were able to go to the moon and walk around on the moon with the technology they had in the 60s, why is it we're more technologically advanced now, but we can't go no more? We should have whole cities on the moon. If we was able to walk on the moon in the 60s, here it is 2025, why we can't go no more? Why we ain't all on Mars? I'm talking people now, walking around, building shit, whatever. I ain't talking about some little probe, some little robot y'all sent up there. I'm talking about a man walked on the moon in the 60s, allegedly. Now, is that true? Is my point. Is that true? Why they lie to us?
Jake is Jake is fed up, you know, and rightfully so. You know, yo, we in a time everybody is fed up, man. Everybody's tired of Esau, you know, and we're in a time that's second Esdras. You know, we're in a time where you know, the truth is starting to be declared. You know, and the lies are starting to be unraveled. And see, that's why the devil, he coming down with great wrath, because he's been found out. And when you go back to Cain, Cain's greatest fear was being found out to be a murderer. All right, because he knew that once he was found out to be guilty of a crime, that people would take vengeance upon him. All right, and we're in that same time now. You know, where you know, the devil, he's been found out, and now people are looking to take vengeance against him. So that's why he's gonna come down with great wrath to eliminate the threat. But even that will all be in vain. You know, is that matter of fact, we can just go to 2nd Esdras 8, and we'll come back to that. 2nd Esdras 8 and verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. So this world currently, this world is for the masses of the people, all right? Which the masses of the people are wicked. You know what I'm saying? They don't follow Yahweh Bashim Shai. They follow their own vain opinion, their own vain and wicked lifestyles, and they trust in this world, all right? That's who this world is for. But the world to come is for few. Think back to the time of the flood with Noah. All right, out of how many people was on the earth, millions, billions, more than likely, only 8 people made it into the new world, man. Think about that. Only 8 people survived that catastrophe and, you know, lived to see a new world. That's the same way it's going to be now. That's why Yahweh Shah say, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. You know? So, hey, majority of people you see walking around right now, they ain't going to make it. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to make it. Only a few, right, which we hope and pray to be of that number. You know what I'm saying? Ourselves and our families. You know what I'm saying? We pray to be of that number, man, because, again, we see that this world has nothing to offer. It's done. All the malls is closing down. All the stores is shutting up. You know, jobs are pretty much non-existent now. Nobody's hiring. You can't even really hustle like that no more because everybody's penny pinching. So if you ain't got your trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai, I mean, straight up, yeah, you cook. You know, you're gonna be just like Big Ward, wondering where it all went wrong. You see. Verse 2, I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, and when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. So I answered and I said, swallow them down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. All right. So this world, all right, is for many, but the world to come is for few. You see? And if you don't understand that, you're going to be trying to save your life in this world, not understanding what time it is. Okay? So, again, you know, this right here, this is a small, you know, this is just one example of society at large, how people are thinking. Like, if you go on TikTok, everybody's pretty much saying the same thing that he's saying in his video. All right, they just say it in different ways, but everybody's starting to realize that this world is over with. That they, you know, it ain't no hope. It ain't nothing to look forward to. There's nothing to really hang your hat on, so to speak. That all this shit was a lie, right? And all your dreams and aspirations, all your money, all your house, you know, and you know, you got the farm. All that is over with, man. It's over. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out. You know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the Kadash called Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. And until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the elect. Kom Yashala, Wa Baba Ball.